Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing a Week 19 in the CFL, and right now I'm completely immersed in college football and the NFL. I'm completely off the CFL as of right now, but David Schwab still covering it for SBR with articles each week, and we'll find out his two picks this week. David Schwab, thanks for being back with us.
Good to be back, Peter.
All right, sorry, Dave. I don't have any input for us this week. All about college football and NFL for me right now, but I do love the CFL. I wish I had a few extra minutes to devote to it each week. What do you have for us, CFL Week 19, David?
Okay, we're getting down to the wire here. This is the second to last week of the regular season, so I focused in on a couple of matchups that I think could be actually previews of playoff games down the road. Starting with BC on the road against Edmonton. Now, BC clinched the playoff spot last week. Edmonton had already clinched the playoff spot, and the way the standings line up, these two could very well play each other. Probably in a couple of weeks again. But really, the angle on this game is I'm going to go with a defensive angle. The total line to me is a little bit higher than I expected. I had a total line of 49, and I'm leaning toward the under in this game. BC has been riding their defense all season long, and over the last 7 games, I think they gave up about 18 points a game for the season. Last 7 games, they're giving up to 16 points a game. If you look at Edmonton's stats on defense, they're averaging less than 20 points a game. They had the second best total in the CFL. So I just think this is going to be a ground battle back and forth between two bitter rivals. And so when I see a total line of 49, I think that's high enough for me to go with the under. I mean the under on that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what's your second pick for us, Dave?
All right, and then I also looked at a big game over in the East between Toronto and Montreal. Montreal wins. They win the division, I believe, but Toronto is only a game behind. So Toronto wins. This thing's going to go right down to the wire. You look at Toronto and you look at Montreal. Toronto's been, an offensive, power pretty much all season long. Montreal, the last few weeks, they've ramped it up. They were horrible in the beginning of the season. They ramped it up pretty well on offense. But when you look at these two teams when they match up, more times than not, the scoring stays pretty low. They just played, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, and Montreal came away with a 20-12 win. So you kind of think of the offensive scoring when these two. But once again, I looked at the total line. I have it at 50.5. But once again, that's high enough for me to kind of jump on the under in this game. I'm looking at the total has stayed under in 6 of the last 7 times these guys have played in Montreal, so some of the betting trends favor that as well. So I just think this one's going to be, once again, it's going to follow suit with these two. With so much on the line, I think they could be a grinder that stays. The scoring stays low again this time around, and I'm going to go with the under in that one as well.
Okay, David Schwab, CFL Week 19. Thanks so much for all your thoughts to this. We'll talk to you next week.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.